I recently received a pitch that began: single moms are superheroes, twice the work, twice the stress, twice the tears. And I felt it, that same cringy wince I get every time someone calls mothers super anything. Not because we're not extraordinary, many of us are, but because the idea that raising small humans requires superpowers drives me up the wall. None of us became mothers, single or otherwise, because we wanted to join the Avengers. And spoiler alert, we don't even get gapes. Just mom genes. But that pitch didn't fall flat just because of the tired superhero trope. It missed the mark for another, more personal reason. I've been a single mom for nearly a year now, and in my experience, it's been less stress, less chaos, fewer tears. And that version of the story, the one I'm living, is almost never told. Here are the versions we are used to hearing. The single mom as a sacrificial superhero. Not the glamorous kind. Not Wonder Woman or Iron Man. This single mom is strong, unbreakable, and invisible. She works in the shadows, not asking for help, not expecting it either. We only really acknowledge her when her kids make it. When they graduate, thrive, or achieve something spectacular, we finally say, wow, she did that. We admire her grit, but we don't really see her. We don't ask how she felt, what she dreamed of, or if she cried herself to sleep. Did she yell? Did she light a joint after the kids were in bed? Did she fall apart when no one was watching? We don't want to know. The martyr mom makes us more comfortable than the real mom ever could. The single mom as a tragic figure. Cue the violin. The abandoned, broken, struggling mom. She didn't ask for this. A surprise pregnancy, a vanishing partner, or both. She's doing her best to survive the wreckage. This is the single mom as victim. And if her kids turn out okay, maybe she gets a standing ovation. But if they don't? Well, what did we expect? There was no man around to save them. The widow version of this story earns the most pity. She didn't mess up. She didn't pick the wrong man. She just had bad luck. Everyone else? They're quietly blamed for their circumstances. Still, we pat their heads occasionally, throw them a bone when we're feeling charitable. The single mom is a punchline when we are not admiring or pitying single moms, we're judging them. They're irresponsible, lazy, drains on society. The old racist and classist tropes show up fast: welfare queens, trailer trash. When a married mom stays home, it's noble. When a single mom does it, it's freeloading. If she can't afford childcare? She should have thought of that. No room for nuance. No space for empathy. And yet, like all stereotypes, these stories carry a kernel of truth. Women, raised to depend on men, often find an unexpected reservoir of strength when they suddenly stand alone. And yes, supporting children on a single income is objectively harder, especially when you're young, broke, or just starting out. But these stereotypes? They strip away the richness. They flatten us into caricatures. Whether it's the tireless hero, the helpless victim, or the reckless burden, the narrative always ends the same: it's all on her. Be strong. Figure it out. Don't complain. But what if we told a different story? The single mom as liberated. A landmark 2018 study revealed something fascinating: married mothers did more housework, slept less, and enjoyed less free time than never married or divorced mothers. Back then, I was still married, and it shook me. It challenged everything we think we know about the harried single mom. It validated a truth I had silently carried: sometimes, it is easier to just care for the kids, without also managing a grown man who thinks he deserves applause for doing the dishes. Now, a year into single motherhood, I can confirm, it tracks. I do more chores, yes. But I also sleep better, feel lighter, and spend far less time negotiating over who does what. My kids? They help. At 9 and 13, they fold laundry, cook breakfast, pack lunches, mop floors. They earn spending money, build skills, and learn responsibility. That's not a burden, that's a win for all of us. The single mom as empowered. Being empowered isn't about being superhuman. It's about having the freedom to set boundaries. To speak up. To take up space. to live by your own terms. And let me tell you, it is a hell of a lot easier to dismantle the patriarchy when it's not sitting across from you at the dinner table. I know, patriarchy isn't just men. But in a lot of heterosexual marriages, it's men who embody it. We want to model equality for our kids, but what do they really see? A mother who sacrifices endlessly or nags constantly. I've been both. They both suck. Yes, it's awful that my kids have only seen their dad for 15 of the last 365 days. And yes, the fact that 80% of single parents are mothers is a massive gender imbalance. But my kids? They now see a version of me that's confident, centered, calm. A mother who left a situation that didn't honor her or her children. A woman who didn't shrink to survive. I used to fight the patriarchy and live with it. Now, I fight it out in the world, and come home to peace. The single mom as connected. Single sounds lonely. But strangely, I've felt more supported, more connected as a single mom than I ever did in marriage. The nuclear family, that cozy ideal, often isolates us. We disappear into couplehood, into motherhood, into a world where there's no energy left for friendship, family, or ourselves. I remember being jealous, yes, jealous, of my stepson's mother. She was the pitiable one, right? But she had a village. Sisters. Parents. Friends from high school. Free childcare every weekend. Summer breaks built in. I had the career, the marriage, the big move across the country, and yet I was drowning. Today? I know better. Single mothers build networks. We lean on each other. We ask for help. We show up for each other. And perhaps because we no longer have to manage a failing marriage on top of everything else, we have the capacity to nurture those bonds. So, is single motherhood better? Economically? No. Not even close. Single moms have a 28% poverty rate, compared to 4.7% for married moms. That's real, and it matters. But conservatives love to wave those numbers around like proof that marriage is salvation. I'm not saying single motherhood is easy, or ideal. I'm saying, maybe marriage isn't the promised land either. What I am advocating for is this: motherhood that liberates. Motherhood that empowers. Motherhood that connects. Because, let's be honest, modern marriage rarely does any of those things. If a mother is financially stable, and yes, I know, that's a huge if, she may very well thrive more in a community, surrounded by support, than in a traditional family unit designed to contain her. Throughout human history, communal caregiving was the norm. This nuclear family thing? It's recent. And it was never built to uplift women. So let's rewrite the story. Let's imagine single motherhood not as a burden, but as a return to the village. A story not of twice the stress, but of shared responsibility. Of more rest. More joy. More autonomy. Let's reclaim our motherhood, and our power, together.